Hello guys, we're doing another Napoleon Total War multiplayer battle. This is on Prussian hills, as I'm with Imperious Rex. We are both playing very close. So if I remember correctly, we are using the same army. So 4 Voltigeurs, 1 6th Regimented Galore, 2 Old Guard, 3 Young Guard, 2 Fusiliers of the Line, and 2 National Guard and a General Staff, including the Chasseurs et Cheval and 2 Lancers. So this battle is a bit of a challenge, but no matter the challenge, me and Imperious will win. Almost a guarantee sometimes, for some unknown reason. Actually, no, it does not look like we're using the same army for once. Looks like he has 2 Swiss foot in this one, but it's still pretty much the same army setup. Actually, no, it's not. Let's go over this real quick. Looks like he has 3 Lancers, 2 Chasseurs et Cheval, 4 Volts, an Old Guard, 2 Young Guard, 2 National Guard, the Brave, 18th, and then the Swiss foot. So yeah, it's a bit of a different army setup. It's similar, but it's different. So at this point, I'm going to do an initial move up here, but I'm going to completely falling back to go up against the Prussian army. As I surprisingly remember, there was a Prussian army that was only a couple days ago. So my enemy, all of his, actually not all of it, but a good amount of his lights. Looks like he has a couple Jaegers, some Silesian Schutzen. I think most of it's Silesian Schutzen, yeah. I think he only has 1 Jaeger. 4 Silesian Schutzen and a Jaeger. And then Musketeers all down the line. Musketeer. And then I see... nope. Oh, 1 foot guard. Then he also has 1 Hussar, 2 Hussar. No, a Hussar and a Lancer. And then the Russian, he also has a General Staff. The Russian has mostly cav. Mostly cav. He has, it looks to be a mounted rifle unit, quite a few Ulans. Actually, it looks like he has basically all the cav, I think. Pavlograd Hussars, Ulans, Cossack Cavalry, Chevaliers Garde. Yeah, it's not even close to how it's said, probably. Graciers, Life Guard, Russian Jaeger, Pavlovsk, Grenadiers, Michael Kutstov, or what the hell, or whatever it is. Musketeers, Grenadiers, another Musketeer, Opelcini, Lifeguard of Horse, Dragoons, Lifeguard Cossacks, and Hussars. So yeah, he basically has all of the cav. All the cav. Yes. The basic variety, I guess you could say. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I was initially going to go up there, but since he already had the hill on me, it's not worth it. I'm just going to end up getting flanked. So that's when I eventually decided to fall back and basically form a nothing but straight line from here out, which is actually going to be fairly successful, because with all this cav over here, Imperious is going to do very easy to defeat this Russian player. He ain't going to have any problems. And Imperious is going to do very well against whatever Prussian force is going to go up against him on this flank here. Basically his right flank. And now I'm making the movement right now to start moving my force completely over to this flank. For the amount of cav that the Russian has, he's not going to do that much to Imperious's force. be quite honest with it. Because apparently Imperius put stakes there, which I just now noticed. So those are actually his stakes. As he took out a good amount of those mounted rifles. But now all my army is over here pretty much. The Prussian will eventually start merging over to that area. Though as of right now, Imperius is the only one that's doing really any fighting. Well, I think this guy was a noob, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, I think he had over 1,000. I can't remember. I can't tell you. I could not remember. But Imperius, being the pro he is, he gets right on those squares whenever they need to be formed. And honestly, the Russian could have easily just completely charged, but he didn't want to waste his cav that quickly, did he? But now all of my army is setting up on this flank. Imperius is going to very easily roll over the Russian force. Pretty much the Russian left Prussia to do all the dirty work. Because of how crappy of an army the Russian has. Is the Russian just going to get himself completely charged in every way possible. But at this point, I have all my guard ready to be moved. This Russian isn't going to put up much of a fight at all. He's already wasting pretty much all of his cav. The units in decent little charges, but they're not going to do much to Imperius' army. This Imperius' army is just going to quickly falter the Russian. I mean, it was a good fight, it's just he just didn't have the best strategy in the world. You can't really win a battle with nothing but cav. I mean, I guess you can if you can overthrow one unit at a time, but as the battle would go, your units would just get depleted every time someone gets to form a square. So the amount of cav the Russian had, it didn't really pan out well for him. He did end up routing a good amount of Imperius' cav, if not all of it. I think he did end up routing all of it. But Imperius pretty much took this flank already, Russia's main base of spawning in. And I'm getting about ready to get into combat, as now I'm having to send all my guard to the flank. So I guess I'll hit play now. This is now pretty much all the main combat has started. Surprised that unit hasn't routed yet. Militia Freight. That's pretty much a Freikorps. Freikorps. You should be dead. Goodbye. Is Imperius gonna go to charge in on his general too? And I charged in my lancers against this lancer unit of the Prussian. Pretty much the only attempt the Prussian can get at me for cav. Did not succeed, and I have a good amount of men left in that cav unit. This is going to be a very easy flank here because of my guard all being on it. My old guard and all my young guard are on this flank. So if I can roll it over, the battle's over. And that's pretty much how it went down. And Imperius pretty much has all of his flanking force here in this main little area. But now the Prussian is lined up and ready to fight when needed. And Imperius still has a full old guard right there. There's one young guard. There's one old guard. There's two young guard up here. The only advantage the Prussian has over here is that his Silesian Schutzen have better range by a good chunk. But the disadvantage he has is how many more units I have on this flank, because he's spread out over a bigger area and I'm kind of chunked in a bit. That's all my army right there, It's eventually curve. And Imperius and the Russian are pretty much, I wouldn't say done, there's still a good little bit of Russian force. But the Russian can't really do much. He just can't. He has barely, well, he actually has a good little chunk of infantry left, but his cav aspect is already pretty much killed. Well, he's got 3 units left, but it's not going to do much. And I have all my cav left, pretty much. And now I'm forming my flank that I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to quickly roll it over. Or at least try to, but the Prussian's going to notice and he's going to fall back with his flank. I'm pretty sure at this point this is when Imperius told me I need to, well, I didn't need to, but he wanted me to attack on the flank, which is what pretty much quickened the battle to its end. Yeah, I fell back. As I see what he's doing, he was going to outstretch me there too, if I wouldn't have fell back. But now we have them all encircled into one area pretty much. I think this point when the Prussians started advancing was probably when Imperius told me to attack. Because I knew he was probably going to end up pulling that flank for me to actually get the attack in. As you can see, he does get a few shots off on my cav, but not too many killed in that little volley. Only 3. So now I have a flank on him with my cav. And this is the time when he told me to attack, as now I moved up all my light infantry.
Sir, and must rest a while.
That first volley is going to demolish a good amount of my light infantry from a Silesian Schutzen. But I have the range advantage over here, so he's not really going to move his units up here. He's going to be mainly focused over here, because I'm going to be in this charging area here. Surprisingly, he didn't move up any of his line infantry to counteract my movements anywhere. But since he's so far outstretched, the infantry that would have been here is over here, or he was just lazy and didn't want to move his infantry or spread them out anymore to counteract my movements. But now I'm once again going to start outflanking him. Ooh, that was a deadly volley. But these are all Imperius' guard units, so they're going to quickly do work with them. But now all of my main line is actually in combat, and I gotta charge in on his foot guards, but they get quickly killed.
Our men
because,
are
you know, they
running,
were
sir.
lancers, and then I charged my chasseurs in against them. Let's just watch some of these foot guards go flying. There they go. And that's just going to quickly rout those foot guards, due to the fact that these Chasseurs H of Valor are much more capable of killing infantry. With the combat going on now, I'm going to be able to quickly rout the Prussian force. This is the only area where you actually move a unit up to counteract my force. But it gets charged in the back by Imperious Chasseurs. So with all of my combined force,
Our men are running, sir.
I move my old guard up. Or at least one of them. And with the combined charge in the back, the Russian is going to quickly lose his flank. It already started when he lost his foot guard and I got around him. But now the Russian doesn't have much left, and there's just a huge massive rout in this area. But now my young guard and old guard are taking good position. Where did these guys get shot from? Where? Because they got shot by the Chasseurs on accident. But now you can see that this massive rout of Prussian force is gonna get permanently routed, and now his entire flank is collapsed. And I'm just gonna start boxing him in the rest of the way, but with that boxing in,
their general, sir.
he ain't gonna last long.
They must break.
Is that the Prussian general? Is that the Russian general? Yeah, it's the Prussian general. Why is the Prussian general all the way over here? Well, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, the Prussian player wasn't that good, honestly. P.W. Mackin. But he let his general get killed, and that's going to end up being part of the mass rout over here. Because they knew their general just died. At this point, the Prussians are already dead. There's no way that they can salvage this battle. And the Russians just doing block tactics for some unknown reason and getting quickly slaughtered by the few units that are in the area. Actually, there was a massive charge over here, the remaining Russian cav, and for the one unit that can actually go into square, the young guard is going to kind of get meat shielded by these National Guard. But now the Prussians now is pretty much gone.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
And the Russian is about to lose his last cav. Oh, look at all the dead Jaegers. Oh. But now the rest of the Prussian force is routed. He tried to retreat that Silesian Schutzen, but my Chasseurs got into the back of them. His Imperious kind of got hit by some grenades from those Grenadiers. But that is a mass rout. So that's the end of this 2v2, guys. 2 more to go until I am at 50 wins. So, very, very soon, 1 before 50. Peace.